47%. 47% of job postings are fake. So the job application that you probably just linked and try to put your best resume and cover letter and all this effort into probably doesn't even exist. The company isn't probably even trying to hire for that position. So how are you going to do this? How are you going to stand out? How are you going to get the next job? If you're at a job that you hate or you don't even have a job right now, how are you going to stand out in 2026? There's one possible way, and that's, maybe cold calling. Maybe cold calling that hiring manager to stand out. But guess what? Probably 10% of those job applicants, 100, 200, 300 people, are doing the same thing. So that's 10 to 30 people cold calling that hiring manager. It's a different way. Maybe VeriDeal. VeriDeal is proving your performance by verification. And then you can just show that to your hiring manager. That's all you have to do. This is actually what I've done. And I don't have, here's my resume, here's my VeriDeal profile. Done. You're hired. So this week, I want to cover two topics. Hiring, that's a big thing. And then tracking metrics. So few things that I learned and had to figure out this week was the hiring data and how hiring is working and what's going on with hiring right now, and it is crazy. It really is. Fuck. Sorry, I just got a phone call. All right, going back onto it. So number one I want to cover is hiring. So hiring, there's some crazy stories out there right now. So one of the stories about hiring are people, completely faking their entire resume. Fair, okay. Faking their experience, okay. Faking their LinkedIn, understood. But faking their human body, like you're hiring someone to stand in as an interview for you so you get the job. Well, that doesn't make sense, because if you're in person, how are you going to do that? But if you're on, video for a remote position, how are you going to convince someone that you're you and a random person is you after? Anyways, it doesn't make sense. But there is an AI platform out there that's doing these video skins. I don't know exactly what it's called. I'm calling them videos or AI skins. And basically it's a picture of me, and then I can put on any famous person or any person that I want, or create a new AI skin, and then boom, I'm a different person on video while talking, and I have a different voice. It's crazy. So again, it kind of goes back to the whole thesis of what VeriDeal is about, is verification, proof that these AI skins, these AI generated resumes, AI generated everything, kind of stops with humans. So if you're applying to a job and you are doing everything truthful and going up against everyone that's doing AI, right? But if you have a verified portfolio kind of with VeriDeal, then you can show the hiring manager and everybody else that, look, I have proof of this is what I've done. I'm not generating AI BS. I can actually do what I say I can do. I think that's going to go a long way in this next phase of the world. I think it's going to be crazy. But if you have, a proof of track record, right? I think that's going to go a long way. So number two, tracking metrics. So for myself this week, a sales rep had a data history of over 10 years of sales, closing deals and all this stuff. So he did extremely well. So he uploaded about 2,000 deals, just shy of 2,000 deals, into VeriDeal to be verified by the buyers. 2,000. That was crazy. So I wanted to track all the data. I wanted to figure out, maybe the weak links or where I can optimize and become a little bit better. So, um, I was able to program a lot of different metrics and tracking. And so the data that came back is extremely pretty impressive. So a few ground rules that I want to point out. VeriDeal, brand new, right? We just launched about a month ago. There's no brand recognition. And on top of that, the sales rep closed these deals over a decade ago, between the decade and when